Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Nur Mujaddidah and my student number is 2017 111 And today I'm gonna present my research proposal. The title is The Analysis of Metaphor Used in Like a Boss Film. Next. This is the cover of the film. Next, B, research backgrounds. The first one, Like a Boss, is a 2020 American comedy film directed by Miguel Arteta, written by Sam Pittman and Adam Cole Kelly, and starring Tiffany Haddish, Rose Byrne, and Salma Hayek. The second one, a metaphor is a figure of speech that describes an object or action in a way that isn't literally true, but helps explain an idea or make comparisons. There are lots of metaphor contained in this film. The third, there are so many people who don't know about metaphor in this film cause lack of knowledge or the example of metaphor. For through this research, the viewers would know and understand what kinds of metaphors that's contained in daily conversations. 5, the viewer understand the metaphor in these films if the explanation doesn't contain the details like the examples of metaphors. Next. The previous research, the first one is Metaphor in Adults Lyrics by Olga Grace Sumola, and the second one, an analysis of metaphor used by the main characters in Moana movie by Harunisa. And the next, C, research questions. The first one, how many metaphors in a Like Boss films? What kinds of metaphors in a Like Boss films? What forms of metaphors in a Like Boss films? Where are the position of Like a Boss in films? What is the function of metaphors like a boss in films? What is the meaning of metaphors in Like a Boss film? Next. D, the aims of research. The first one is collects the totals of metaphors in Like a Boss films. And the second one identifies the kinds of metaphors in Like a Boss films. The third, understand the form of metaphors in Like a Boss films. 4, knows the positions, the metaphors in Like a Boss films. 5, explain the function of metaphors in Like a Boss films. And the last one, get the meanings of metaphors in Like a Boss film. And then next, E, the benefits of research. The first one is theoretical benefits. The results of this study are theoretical, expected to invite the readers to watch Like a Boss films and understand the metaphors in these films. And the second one is practical benefit. The results of this study are particularly expected to explain metaphors in Like a Boss films. The results of this study are expected to be reference for the study in metaphors. Next, G, research assumptions. There were 15 numbers of metaphors. The total of metaphors in Like a Boss films are 15 numbers. Then the second one, there were 2 types of metaphor. They are implied and complex metaphor. Complex metaphors identify with another by essentials merging with a simple metaphor, whereby part of the metaphor is used to clear out a certain point. The example is, our eyes are just like security cameras in our head. And then the second one is implied metaphor. This is the comparisons of 2 things with an implied similarity and not with direct force. In other words, the main point of the text is implied and not stated outright. It is also assumed to be understandable by the reader or listener. And then for the example is such a lying snake. And then third, The forms of metaphors in likable films are three. The first one is animals metaphor, and then the second one is human metaphors, and then the last one is everyday lives metaphors. And then next is there were three positions of metaphors. The first one is in the first, and then middle, and last dialogue. And then five, the functions of metaphors in like a boss film are clear meanings, helping identify or knowing visual something and express the actors' expressions in the films. There are three. And the last one is the meanings of metaphors in films are connotative and denotative. There are two meanings. Connotation is the emotional, imaginative association surrounding a word. And then for the example is I have a toy car. And then denotative association is the strict dictionary meaning of the word. For the example is she is such a flying snakes. And then next, H, research methodology. And then the first one is research methodology or research methods. And then the second one is data source. And then third, techniques of collecting the data. For the technique of collecting data is browsing internet and library study. And then four techniques of analyzing data. And then five, procedure of the research. Procedure of the research are, the first one is watching films that would be analyzed, and then the second one is collecting the data analysis, and then the third, classifying the data analysis, and then the fourth, analyzing the data that has been collected, and five, describing the analysis. And for the last one is concluding the results of analysis. Okay, next. Thank you. Thank you for your attention and bye-bye.